Still figuring out OBS to control all the screens, microphones, cameras. This will be the next tool on the website. This is the back end. And I'm working on turning this into the API, so it's accessible on the side. This is a EEG synthetic generator. Still trying to figure out. When I add 50 Hz, it doesn't appear in the spectrogram, so it's obviously being calculated prior, before the noise is being added. But then it should be okay if I limit this screen to 40 Hertz. Then you don't see it anyway. So from here, can control the main frequency band, but also change the bandwidth. And I just added the delta T and delta F to the API, so it can be displayed correctly. Because at the moment, this is what the API looks like. Oh, wait, this one. Yeah, obviously that green on green doesn't work well. To change the colors, but I'll do that later. This is calling the Labview API. It's on the same server, by the way, so if you want to make your own GUI, you're more than welcome to. And now we added delta T, delta F, so we have to pick it up from the JSON file. But we haven't published it, the API yet, have we? We'll do it now. We'll check. Yeah, delta T, delta F is in the output. Publish it from here. Takes 10-15 seconds. Because when it's republishing all the previous APIs as well. That's okay, that was done. We can test it in the browser. Firefox actually works quite well for testing APIs. So yes, you could replace this my local IP, but you can replace it if can access it on body chaos. It's just on a different port. So if you call this in Firefox, you get this nice JSON file. See the raw data headers. Yeah, I still trying to turn this API server into secure HTTPS. But I was struggling with that. If anyone can help, it will be awesome. Right, so we have delta F, delta T. I don't know why those numbers are so weird. Because, yeah, it's synthetic data. It's fake, so it could be just a cleaner number. So now from here, I could add delta t, delta f as regular numbers. No. So I think there's just a few differences to actual Labview. I think this eventually will be discontinued or something. I'm not sure. Yes, it does have to be floating point, and they need the accurate name, delta t, delta f. I think it's might be case sensitive, so delta t show label yes. We have the same with delta f. Pop them both into this cluster. This is called cluster, right? Yeah, cluster constant. And then we can bring delta t, delta f, and say rho Egypt was showing this crazy number on the x-axis, but we should be able, I'll clean it up later, should be able to fix it by, no, it's still a crazy number. 7, what? Delta t. Here we go. The first. Oh, now it got fixed. It didn't do a proper call. So it should be 3, I guess. So just round it up. I don't know what this number is. It obviously just should be 4. That's where I'll leave it for now. And with the spectrum, because it has the 4 or 5 different waves, can I turn them all into an array like this? Probably not. No, I cannot. I have to do them individually, which is annoying. Yeah. I have to do them individually. Yeah, no, should be able to automate this, but it's only, what, 5 times doing this. We put them in a for loop. Should put it in a for loop. For loop. Then, right, I can put this in a for loop. I'll use the for loops in a for loop this way. Delta, no wait, delta f. Straight away, because it will become messy very quickly. And we place control, yeah, right. And the output, let's take this to the output. That seemed to have worked. Spectrum. Yeah, this is neat. I didn't have to just do, right. Just clean it up a bit. Just because, yeah, you always say we'll do it later, but it never, it never happens later. Let's see if this number should have, yeah, that's 400. And we don't need that many decimal points, do we? And we need to sort out the first run. It actually wasn't running. We can take what's it say? Power delta. Oh, sorry, wrong shortcut. Just cleaning up quickly. Take create reference. Yeah, put it outside the loop. So the first, because this -1 here indicates to never time out. So it's an event, what's called event structure. And because it never times out, we have to do signaling, value signaling. And actually, forgot what was the default value, 0.37. So just check it in here. Right. So this works on the first iteration. As in, without you changing the values, it will just display one value on startup. And we can get rid of all these trailing zeros, can we? Digits of precision. 2, 1. 1 should be fine. Don't need the grid. That's fine. Major is fine. Right, that looks better. And the hour frequency, I can leave it at 0. Logarithmic is nice, isn't it? But yeah, might give it as an option later. Now this could be 0 to 40. And it's auto correcting, which I don't want. It loosely grown in on. Right. It's a bit better. I have to fix the colors as well. I'm monitoring the chat if you have any questions. Oh. So just checking my LinkedIn. Let's do security. This one's fine. Should be any robot be able to get it. It keeps asking the same thing over and over again. It's really, LinkedIn's really not appreciating how good robots can be. So back to this. Check how it looks in a browser. I guess it won't look great. Make quite a few adjustments. Actually, the colors a bit better. Right. It's 2 pixel thickness. And this one. Also 2 pixels. How many? Right, well, this grain will have to be changed. Is this order even correct? Check. Yeah, delta D the alphabet. Uh, oops. Yeah, I have to sort out the colors, but also want to display. Well, that's a bit better. The composite, the combined one can be bright yellows. Right. How do I display visible items? Blood legend. What? Right, that's better. And this color should be just different. Like red, blue. Don't know. But like to check it in the browser anyway. See how it looks like. You can publish it straight away. Just 1 weeks. There's no reference to that original Labview example. Why this one becomes larger? It's really annoying. To put more references and stuff. Yeah, I want to keep it simple. Probably don't want to add too much to it. Even though, the bandwidth. Yes, we do want to add the bandwidth. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to get those lines. So ideally there will be just one on the I can do it in the app. Well, yeah, I have more control over this, but that one is turned into HTML and Java, so there's only limited. Put all those in one array because I don't have enough space in the because there's too many variables. We want block size as well, don't we? But that's the option. Yeah, one block size in there. I used to have a source control in here. I was using, yeah, one of those commercial ones. But yeah, for one developer, if anyone wants to like collaborate, then it's handy. But for one developer, yeah, really unnecessary. Yeah, the frequencies should be fixed. Really, this one's at the center of the thing. Shouldn't need to change that. That should be textbook stuff. Well, really anything else as well. So yeah, we break textbooks. Don't like textbooks. So we'll publish it again. Might take some time. Ooh, error. What happened? Hopefully this is not an error I'll spend the rest of the day trying to fix. What's the problem? Maybe because it was accessing it unlikely. Right, I know what the problem is. Always the same mistakes. Yeah, things can have spaces in them for the because a URL needs to be created. Let's try again. Yeah, this is better. The output should be the same. This is the new URL to the API. Oh, app box size can go first. And that's yeah, it can be unsigned. Box size. Can be 8 bits, so unsigned. But Yeah, I think it's just my voice. Not great. I don't think an expensive microphone will fix it. So we added this synthetic AG signal generator. This is what it looks like. It's an API. It's a work in progress, but it's already released on the site, so it should be live by now. Yeah, here's the link. It's now 12 tools. The front page. Please check them all out. Yeah, this is the most recent one, just testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. No, not testing microphone, testing this application. 10 seconds is the maximum time. One second is the minimum. It really should be 1, not 0. Can fix it straight away. Oh, minimum 1. We will release it later. See if there's any other things. Power delta, power theta, bandwidth theta. You have this aggregate. It's called combine here. I don't know what's best. What's the best name for it? So because the power is preset, when you increase the bandwidth, obviously the peak drops. Make all the 0. Put a maximum peak. This will auto scale anyway, so yes, it can make sense. Yeah, this was just generate this wicked slow wave noise. Anyway, when you refresh this page, all the numbers go to default, which is handy. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. There's not much to it. The other thing is adding the options, obviously, to add the noise on top of it. It's in the API, but we don't have it here. Yeah. Still making this yesterday's stream, trying to make it shorter. But it takes forever to process. Yeah, it's still the 5 hours, 20 minutes. I did cut it, I don't know to how long, to like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, I don't know. But it keeps processing it since yesterday. So 12 hours, 24 hours. The other thing to check if this is how it looks like when the window size is smaller. So this is about what you would see on a phone. And to 100. Yeah, not great, is it?